$20 billion. That's how much Indian traders lost in just 3 years. Somewhere on a street in Mumbai, a stranger walks up to a random passerby. He says he's a stock market expert. $35 a month to manage your account. $20 billion. That's the total amount Indians lost trading financial markets over the last 3 years. With that money, India could have bought 1,500 brand new high-speed trains from Germany, or built 60,000 new schools across the country, or moved millions of families out of slums and into real homes. A few months ago, I made a video about French traders losing $160 million. Everyone was shocked. 125 times more. That's the difference between France and India. Yes, India has 1.5 billion people. France has 60 million. But that's not why this happened. To understand this, we need to go inside the life of an average Indian. Imagine you were born in India. Already tough, but it gets worse. There's a 70% chance you were born in a poor district. Your parents have 3 other kids. You're not neglected on purpose. There's just not enough of anything. You go to school, where one teacher tries to manage 100 children. Good education in conditions like this is close to impossible. Our high school, 3/4 of students can't read a simple sentence in their own language. But let's say you're the exception. You're a genius. You crushed every exam. Top university, perfect grades. You did everything right. Then you step outside and find 3 million people who did the exact same thing. Getting a job that pays even $200 a month becomes an impossible challenge. Coal mine is out. The office requires connections you don't have. So what do? You have 3 options. Option 1, freelance. Sounds great, except a decent computer costs what you'd earn in 30 years. Option 2, scamming. Requires fluent English and absolutely no moral compass. And option 3, trading. Minimum entry cost. You can do that from your phone in a slum. Internet in India costs almost nothing. 30 gigabytes for $1.50. For streaming charts, placing trades, that's more than enough. Now, realistically, what are the chances this person becomes a successful trader? Someone who's spent their entire life surviving, not thinking. Trading requires cold logic, emotional detachment, patience. These people carry real trauma. Poverty changes how the brain processes risk. But none of this alone explains the scale of what's happening. People lose money trading everywhere. The difference is what they're trading. Let me explain expiry options. Normal trading. You enter a position, you wait, you exit when the time is right. Expiry options are completely different. There is a countdown. At a specific moment, an exact time, your contract either pays out or becomes worthless. On expiry day, these contracts cost almost nothing. You can buy one for $5. If the market barely moves over the next hour, your $5 is gone. But if the market spikes, that $5 ticket turns into 50 or 100, 200. For someone living on under $10 a day, this is the most seductive math they've ever seen. $5 is 2 meals. But if I win, I make my father's entire monthly salary in 60 minutes. So he buys one contract, then another, then another, and another, until the money is gone. Here's what makes it even worse. In India, expiry happens almost every single trading day. Different indices expire on different days. NIFTY on Thursday, BANKNIFTY on Wednesday, FINNIFTY on Tuesday. The exchange becomes a non-stop daily money-burning machine. Every morning, millions of Indians open this screen and start betting. And it's packaged brilliantly as investing. Search expiry day strategy on YouTube right now. Every single result. Indian. Click on any of them. The view counts are insane, but the comments are something else entirely. I followed this strategy and lost my entire savings. Please, sir, give me a promo code. I will repay you. My family doesn't know I traded away our rent money. Is it funny? Kind of, but mostly it's just tragic. These people genuinely believe they're learning. They watch the videos, take notes, then go take out loans. And I'm not being dramatic when I say that. The Reserve Bank of India has officially tightened lending rules because of this exact problem. Their concern? A significant chunk of consumer loans is going directly into trading accounts. Did tighter rules stop people from borrowing? Of course not. They found a workaround. If you can't get an unsecured loan, borrow against collateral, against gold. Now here's what you need to understand about gold in India. It's not jewelry, it's generational wealth. A daughter's dowry built over decades. It's passed down like a family name. Sometimes the only asset a family ever has. When a man pawns that gold to buy auctions, that's not a financial decision. That's a cultural earthquake. Gold-backed loans in India increased by 75% over the last 3 years. Retail traders grew by 125% in the exact same period. I can't prove direct causation, but I cannot call that a coincidence. The RBI said it directly. Lenders are being irresponsible. They're not tracking who is borrowing for what it's being used for. SEBI, India's securities regulator, put out a statement. We are concerned that household savings are going into speculation, not into building the economy. Building the economy means investing in real businesses, creating jobs, making things. When that doesn't happen, businesses don't get built, jobs don't get created. So the best people leave. They go build the economies of other countries. India keeps the gamblers, the world gets the builders. So the government steps in with their solution. They raise the tax on speculation to make trading unprofitable for small players. As if it was profitable before. They also raised the minimum contract size, pricing out anyone without serious capital. But even with all of this, there's still one more layer of this problem we haven't talked about. Prop firms, companies that offer to fund you. If you can prove you know how to trade, that's a challenge. Generate 10 to 20% profit. We'll give you up to $100,000 to trade. And if you profit on that funded account, the majority comes back to you. Now, I want you to picture something. You're a kid from the slums of Mumbai. Your friends sell street food for 10 cents a day. That's the ceiling you were born under. And then on your phone, you see the words, official funded trader, with a number that has 5 zeros. That's not a job offer. That's a ticket to another planet, a chance to earn in one day what his entire village has never seen in a decade. He will go hungry for months, save every rupee, just to afford the $20 challenge fee. For a trader in the West, $20 is lunch. For him, it's months of his life saved into a payment screen. And that's why India generates 40% of all global traffic to prop firm websites. Open Instagram. Go to any prop firm's page. Read the comments. 90% are Indians begging for a discount code. If you think that's an exaggeration, go check right now. I'll wait. Back? Good. Now you understand the scale. But I want to say something important. Gambling addiction is not the cause of this problem. It's the symptom. Don't be fooled by India's massive GDP either. Of course, the GDP is enormous when you have 1.5 billion people, but 5% of the population runs the economy. The other 95 are barely getting by. So how did India get here? After independence in 1947, India looked at the Soviet Union and liked what it saw. Planned economy, state control, quotas on everything. Want to open a factory? First, get 80 government permits. Want to grow your business? Sorry, quota exceeded. Want to import better technology? No. We believe in self-sufficiency. The result? Zero competition. People get whatever they're given. Then in 1991, things loosened up. Some restrictions were removed, but the free market was immediately captured by a handful of connected insiders. Names like Ambani and Adani. Families that built empires with government support. The cycle. Political power gets funded by the wealthy. The wealthy get the biggest share in return. Then add the caste system, where your birth largely decides your worth. Add centuries of superstition guiding decisions instead of logic, and you have a world where the fate of millions of gamblers was almost inevitable. Their story didn't start with a bad trade. It started with being born into a system designed to keep them exactly where they are. If I were running this country, I'd be relieved they only lost 20 billion, not 200. Because the machines are still running. The options still expire every single day. And the dream of $5 turning into 200 is still the most powerful idea in a slum. If this made you think, share it. I'll see you in the next one.